to test my sound and see if everything's fine. So yeah guys, I took a video once, but my audio failed me terribly. Once I was done with the video, I tried to edit and I realized that the audio kept on disappearing and coming back. But yeah, now an angel just came to my rescue. But yeah, okay guys, so firstly I want to tell you guys this little story. So guys, I have this really sweet story to tell you guys. So this is the wine I have here today. It's called Swartland Winery. Beautiful, right? So this wine is 22 years old, and here's how I got it. I needed a bottle of wine, and so basically this video was taken in 2020 in South Africa, where there was lockdown. We had no access to alcohol. You either had the alcohol in your house or you did not. So I spoke to my mom's friend and asked her for some wine, because I probably thought she had some bottles lying around. I know they have a collection of wines, but that's not the wine I was asking for. So when I told her I needed wine because my Father's Day menu has wine and I don't have wine, then she told me I can come get some. And what she said to me, she was like, okay, no, you can come, but I opened one the other day and I think these wines are actually spoiled, so you can come and taste for yourself and see if you still want it. And then I got there, and then she took out this bottle that I just showed you, and I think she had four of them. She opened one, and as we opened one, okay fine, poured it into a glass, and then I tasted it, and it was so good. It was not the best I've ever had, but I mean, in terms of old wine, I mean, what I've always tasted is it's either old and spoiled or it's new and fresh. She saw this and then she said the cork was spoiled, so I actually told her that this is a synthetic cork. What this does is, instead of a normal cork, this actually allows your wine to age like very beautifully. So this is an artificial cork, so with these you don't really get any cork taint, whereas a normal cork is made from wood, and we all know wood is porous. What happens is when the normal cork gets into contact with oxygen over like large amounts of time, if it gets into contact with oxygen and also some of the liquid from the wine, then it starts, I don't know what they call this in English, but ngesizulu kukumala, like blanca lenza njalo malihlangana namanzi. And if you're watching and you cannot understand Zulu, it bulges. I don't even think that's the correct term, but yeah, but that's the best. Wood, water, oxygen, that's what happens. It's not a good sign. So when that happens and it gets into contact with the wine, your wine spoils. So what happens is it loses all those good characteristics, those roses that you can smell, the peaches and everything, all of that dies out. Your wine becomes flat and it becomes astringent. When you drink it, literally, this is what happens to your face. That's what happens. Then you know it's not a good wine. It's not the fact that, hey, maybe it's a dry wine and I don't drink dry wine. Everybody can be accustomed to certain tastes, but when something is spoiled, nobody can get accustomed to that taste. It's bad. But anyway, I told her the wine was good. I took the bottle to home, but when I got home, I did not really feel good about cooking with these wines, because I know that they have sentimental value to them. They've kept these wines for so many years, and I didn't just want to throw them in a pot, cook with them, and then just send out that food. So I thought, hey, why not do a video whereas I can acknowledge them and the person who actually used to collect the wines, which is the husband. That's my friend's father, Chenin Mashego. So he used to collect these wines, and I think he'll probably be happy to know that his wife has kept them in good condition, and years later they still taste good. I can give you that. So what I've done today is I wanted to show you guys. I literally have a bottle which is 22 years old from Swartland. There you go. So this bottle is special for 3 reasons. One, it's 22 years old, of course. Secondly, it was bottled for Swartland's 50th anniversary in 1998. And what's the third reason again? I don't think I remember, but I'll tell you guys. And then I have a 2019 Swartland Chenin Blanc. So basically, this is the same grape variety, but obviously 21 years apart. This was bottled in 1998. This was bottled in 2019. So I'm just going to be doing a comparison of both to tell you guys if maybe the wine farm has improved in their work. But yeah, I did contact them to get some information on the wine, and it took a while because they don't make these bottles anymore. And the lady who was there now, she's been there for a couple of years, so she wasn't even there around that time. So I know this wine bottle says Stain. So Stain is the old name for Chenin Blanc. And I think actually, guys, you know what's special about this? The fact that this is a Chenin Blanc, and Chenin Blanc is like the most produced variety in South Africa. And South Africa has about 17,000 hectares of Chenin Blanc, and that is more than the entire world's production combined. Quality Chenin Blanc, different kinds of Chenin Blanc. Like this grape, guys, it's special. It can be planted under any circumstances and it'll still be good. You plant it in warm conditions, it will give you a tropical flavors like pineapple and all of that. You plant it in medium temperatures, it will give you probably your green apples. And if you plant it in really cold conditions, then it will give you your lime flavors. So it is a special wine, largely produced in South Africa. South Africa is the biggest producer of this variety, and basically, yeah, that's why it's special. So I have my 2 glasses here. They're probably halfway through because I started drinking it a while ago. And I thought, hey, why not give you guys a comparison of both? So this is the old, this is the new. But please note, when I say old wine, not that this is an old wine. We do know that South Africa is the new world wines. So basically, when I say old, it's 22 years old. This, 1 year old. You can obviously see from the colors that there's a big difference. Why this is so brown and so forth, it's because it's aged over time. The flavors have concentrated, so that's why it's looking darker than the other one. With this, flavors are still fresh. It's a new wine, that's why it's looking fresh. So what happens is, like an apple, you have an apple, you cut it in half, and you keep the other half for probably for 22 years. Then it's gonna go brown. And then you have the other apple, you cut it now and it's still fresh. It looks white, it's still fresh, it looks green, nothing has happened to it. But the difference is that apple has come into contact with oxygen. But even if it was in an airtight container, it would still go brown over time. So that's what's happened here. The flavors have concentrated. So you've seen how it looks. This is a bit amber, very brown, and this is lime. Yeah, this is lime, and it's lime. I'm not even gonna say with hints of gold. It's lime. It's very fresh. Now we're gonna smell these. Okay, first you're gonna swirl it around. There's 2 ways to swirl around. You can either do this if you wanna be a show off and show people that you know what you're doing. The second way to do it, if you are elegant like me, you can just do this on the table. Oh, sorry. You can just do this. And then next you smell it. Like you need to take a big whiff, guys. Like just breathe in. So now what usually happens is people will ask, what can you smell? And some people will be like, oh, but I'm smelling wine. That's all I'm smelling. So what you need to do is smell and then close your eyes. Just think, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? What's closely related to the smell? So what happens with fruits is fruits have enzymes, and you can find that most fruits actually taste a bit similar. Apples and pears will have a bit of similarity. That's because of the enzymes in the fruit. So it's the same thing. Grapes grapes are fruits, they have enzymes. You can taste a certain grape, can remind you of an apple. You can taste a certain grape, can be so sweet it reminds you of a pineapple. So that's what happens. So those are the characteristics that we talk about. So you take a whiff. Guys, this smells sweet. Like I'm smelling toffee. I'm smelling raisins, lychees. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm smelling. And then we'll take the other one. You can swirl however you prefer. This is my way. Now this is love at first whiff. Guys, this smells like have you ever had a white peach? Like you bite it and it's white. It tastes like stone fruit. Oh, it smells so amazing. Peach, lychee. That's actually all I'm getting right now. My brain is a bit fuzzy. I've had a few sips, so it's not working as it should, but that's what I'm smelling. And now the next thing you do is you're gonna taste to see if everything that you're smelling, can you actually taste it. It's not oxidized. It's in good condition, but it is sweet. I can actually taste those. I can taste the toffees. The reason my face is like this is because I don't like things that are that sweet. But it's good. It's smooth. Doesn't have any sharp taste. Oh, actually, let's do the acid taste. The acid taste. Okay, so what happens is you take a sip, you swirl it around in your mouth, and then you swallow, and then you just look down, and what happens is your mouth is going to create saliva. So you can count 1, 2, 3, depending on how long it takes till you feel like you're about to drool. So if you can only just count up to 1 and then you're drooling, then that means your wine has high acidity. But if you can count up until 3, then that's like medium acidity. If you can go all the way to about 6, that's like very, very low acidity. So what you can do is you can even say 1 Chenin, 2 Chenin, but all in your mind, because I mean, you shouldn't move around your tongue so you don't affect that saliva. So it has medium acidity actually, which is quite good, meaning it so this means it's aged quite well. It retained its acidity. It probably used to have high acidity when it was still new, but now it just has medium acidity. And okay, white wine has no tannins. As I was telling you, I can still taste the fruit, so that's good. And now we are on to the next one. Sorry, I actually did drool. So that is actually weird. They have the same amount of acidity. This has medium acidity. This also has medium acidity. So this could mean two things. Either this has aged very well, or Swartland has not improved in their winemaking. But I don't think so. I just think this has aged quite well. And the last thing another thing that you also check when you're tasting wine is how long do the flavors actually stay in your mouth. Not the alcohol taste, but I mean, can you still taste that fruitiness? Is it still thick? Does it coat your entire mouth? This is actually light to medium bodied, so they call this a swimming pool wine, a wine you can have when you're just chilling by the swimming pool. And this almost became a fireplace wine, and that only happens with wooded wines. But it almost became a fireplace wine. But I don't think you can enjoy this on a hot day. I can't enjoy this on a hot day. It's quite sweet, so on like a cool day where it's a bit cold, actually, you know what, I will call it a fireplace wine. It's not full bodied, but I'll call it a fireplace wine because it does coat your entire mouth, but it disappears very quickly, and then it leaves the fruitiness behind. So well done to Swartland. Both these are good quality wines. I mean, what, 22 years, 1 year, and both the wines still taste good. So everything is still pashash, but now I need some water, guys. All of that alcohol is going to my head, and this is my environmentally friendly bottle for water. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in, and on my next video I'll go more in depth on everything else. Actually, you guys can just let me know in the comment section, what would you guys like to know, what would you like the next video to be about. I think I started too far ahead by going into the grape varieties, so I think my next video will be just from start to finish, the basics. The color of this wine is somewhere between a deep amber or pale tawny, still can't figure it out. And usually how you see the color of wine is by putting the glass against a white piece of paper or background. So this wine is medium bodied, and it pairs well with shellfish and lean fish, but it would go extremely well with a dessert because it's sweet. And this is one of the grape varieties that are used for sparkling wine and champagne, darling. And yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you had a drink while you were watching this instead of watching me having fun on my own. But yeah, and thank you, Swartland. You guys have been great producers, and I don't know if you guys still have this bottle, but I don't think you guys do. If you want to take it off my hands, name your price. I'm kidding. No, it's not for sale. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you have anything to say, if you have anything to add. I'm open to suggestions, and see you guys next time.